Hi there, Amit here for Advices Media, and today we are going to do the complete review of the Motorola Moto G Android smartphone. I had purchased this through Amazon US, which is a global GSM smartphone, and the price was around $199. The device comes in a very beautiful form factor with a rubberish back. While the design looks a bit curved on the sides, the smartphone comes with a quad-core 1.2 GHz Cortex A7 CPU and a 5 megapixel camera on the back which supports 720p recording, and on the top you have the 3.5mm headphone jack with a microphone. On the left there is nothing, and on the right you have the on-off switch and the volume rockers. On the bottom you have the secondary microphone with the micro USB slot. The device has a great viewing angle. While if you watch different videos or play back some videos, then you would be able to see that the device actually gives you a good performance. The device also has a very thin bezel on the sides, which means that you get a good display that's kind of edge to edge, while on the top and the bottom you still have a lot of blank area. The display is actually pretty good, and we were testing this with the 720p video, and also this is a video which we had actually recorded using the same smartphone. Talking about the software, the smartphone comes with Android 4.4.2, that's KitKat. While it actually came with 4.3, but the moment I had booted this up for the first time, I got a notification that the new version is available. You can click on the video on the left to find more about the same. Talking about the storage, the device comes with around 13 GB of available storage, since this is a 16 GB model, and around 10 to 12 GB out of the box is actually pretty decent enough for the smartphone's price. Along with that, you get the printing options and the USB debugging mode option under the developer options. Talking about some interesting applications, the phone comes with the Motorola Assist feature, which I had earlier shown you a demo on my Moto X Android smartphone, and this is actually a pretty useful option because it actually works with the meetings and sleeping mode, wherein you can ensure that the phone actually is on silent mode whenever you are actually sleeping, and the time you have set up, that's around 11 PM to 6 PM, as you can see in the example. There is also a mode of travel or driving, which is not available on the Moto G, but it's only available on the Moto X. Talking about the camera, the smartphone comes with some interesting options. The first one is the panorama on-off mode, then the slow motion option, wherein you can actually record videos in slow motion, which is actually pretty interesting. There is the option to drag focus and exposure, wherein you can just drag and tap on the screen to actually focus onto some area, and then there's also an option of HDR. Here is a photo which we captured while recording the videos, and this is the video out of which the photo was actually captured. You can see that the video output is pretty good. Even though we can consider that it is a 5 megapixel camera, the video output is pretty great. Here is a video which we had recorded in a low light environment at our studio. While it's not that good in low light, it's pretty decent enough in low light, but in daylight or in outdoor environment, the output is pretty good. You can see that even though we were not moving the phone much, the actual output is actually having a lot of shakes, which means that if you're planning to record videos while moving, then the video would not be that good. Talking about browsing, the device is pretty good if you're planning to browse the web using this smartphone. We were having great experience, and if the website actually had the mobile version option enabled, then the website would actually load up into the same, and you can go to the settings and disable that option. Sorry for the issue in terms of the white balance, wherein you may not be able to read the content on the screen, but overall we had a great experience while browsing the web, both in the portrait and the landscape mode, and there were no issues as such. We also did a test, and we would be showing you the results of the same on the battery output while the browsing is being done on this Android smartphone. Let's look into the phone performance by first checking out the benchmark. The benchmark score of this smartphone, that's XT1032, is around 18,000, that's 17,930, and which is actually pretty decent enough considering that the Moto GX and the other smartphones like the Samsung Galaxy S4 are in the range of around 40,000. This is almost like 50% of what you would actually get when compared to the other smartphones, while again the price is just around $179 or $200. Considering that price range, this is a pretty good smartphone. On the Ninamark application also, we got a result of around 58, which is also decent enough. Let's check out the gaming playback of the smartphone. We tried playing a few games like the Dead Hunter and the GTA along with Need for Speed, and we found that the device had no issues as such while playing these games. The output and the playback was also perfect. The device was not hanging in any instance, and overall a pretty good smartphone for playing different games. While playing these games, we actually checked the temperature of the smartphone, and it was not heating up that much when compared to the other smartphones which came with the Snapdragon 800 processor. This is a Snapdragon 400 processor, and the device had a range of around 95 to 98 degrees. While we were also able to do a lot of multitasking by switching over different applications and checking out if they were actually coming back or not. We actually did a detailed battery test on this smartphone, and while doing this, we found that when we played a video of 720p for a continuous period of 1 hour, the battery went down by 20%. For browsing, it actually went down by 15%, and for audio, it actually went down by around 15%. So overall, the battery is also pretty good considering that it comes with the battery more than around 2000 mAh. It's actually pretty impressive. The phone comes with the standard connectivity options, wherein you can also enable the tethering mode, and you can share the data or your media files through Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi Direct. So overall, this is the Moto G Android smartphone. I'm pretty much impressed, and I have gifted this to my dad, while the one which I use is the Moto X. And Moto X has been my favorite smartphone, while Moto G would be kind of my second favorite smartphone, mainly because of the battery, the display, and the camera. Again, I don't say that it comes with those 13 megapixel or the 41 megapixel cameras, but again, considering the price range and the 5 megapixel camera and the output which we received from this camera, it was mind-blowing. And the price which we paid for this smartphone was around $230 in the US, which included the shipping in US along with the sales tax. And this is a global GSM 16GB model, and considering this price range, this smartphone would end up with a total price of around 15 to 16,000 rupees in the Indian market, and I think that's a pretty decent price for this Android smartphone. I don't find any other smartphone which is going to give you these kind of results at this price range. So overall, we at Advices Media might actually recommend you to get one of these Android smartphones. This was the complete review of Moto G. Let us know if you have any queries in the comment section, and we would be responding back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Keep subscribed to Advices Media for more. Thank you.